Okay. So yes, hello. I am so happy that everyone is here. I'm very, very excited to have you. I will share more about the Stamina program. As you know, this is why you're here. And I forgot to mention, I was going to say, if you have questions, feel free to add them in the chat and we will answer all these questions at the end of the presentation. Um, the reason why we do this is because I want to make sure that we're not already going to answer that question while we go through the presentation. So this will be a very informational session where we will be sharing about the Stamina program, what the benefits are in the program, and how you can support youth to sign up for the program. And then we hope that by the end of this session, you will have a better understanding of who will benefit from the program and how, again, how you can share this information with your students and your clients if you come from an organization. So why don't we start by introducing ourselves? My name is Doina Onchal, and I'm the founder and CEO at Revolution. I came to Canada at the age of 19. That was a long time ago. So at the age of 19, I was a youth at risk of being low income, which I eventually experienced low income since I did not have a network and support to help me navigate my life in a new country. I eventually became homeless only 10 months after I arrived here, then a few times afterwards. And last time I was homeless was 17 years ago as a single mother of two daughters. I then decided to study social work with a feminist perspective at George Brown College. And eventually I had the opportunity to be on the supporting side of the, to get to support the people who are in the system. And then I realized that there aren't a lot of opportunities for people like myself who wanted more. I stepped out of the nonprofit work after I worked with youth at risk and conflict with the law, refugee women and children, and youth and employment, and seniors. I dabbled into technology for a little bit, and here's where I learned that the women are not well represented in STEM. Hence the idea to create an organization. Hence the idea to create an organization which is now known as Revolution. And because I noticed that in order for people to escape poverty and other barriers, they needed opportunities to add to their resume. We have Julia here, who's going to introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Julia. I'm going to be helping Doina today. I'm the co-vice chair of the Stemming Up committee, and enough, I am also an alumni of the program of 2021. And throughout my journey with Revolution and doing robotics, I was able to win a scholarship of $120,000 at McMaster for engineering. So I'm going to be helping you guys and explaining some things about Revolution at the end.
Yeah, so feel free to ask Julia questions if you have questions about the program later on.
Yes.
So
Just pop them in the chat.
yes. Okay, so now let's talk about what Revolution is. So if you haven't heard of Revolution, which you probably have gotten our emails in the past, here's a quick introduction. We are a charitable organization focusing on closing the gender gap in STEM. We do this by inspiring girls and gender nonconforming youth to embrace STEM careers. I founded the organization because I realized that young women from diverse backgrounds who are interested in pursuing careers in STEM need additional support that didn't exist at the time. I wanted to see diversity included because it was very important for me that everyone was part of the development of the future and not simply live in it. When we first started, we had some introductory programming that met our goals in inspiring program participants to embrace STEM careers. However, when the programs were done, they were asking for additional resources and training opportunities to help prepare them for a career in STEM, and there wasn't much to choose from. 12 years later, we can proudly say that we helped over 4,000 youth in Ontario by providing them access to STEM programming, introducing them to a network of professionals as mentors, attending panels, and supporting them to attend competitions internationally where they represented Canada and won first place. We now have many of our former students involved in the organization, like as you see Julia today. They chair in committees, they're training on further leadership skills such as board training, And we hire many of them as coding trainers or coordinators for the Stamina program or other programs that we offer at Revolution. And most importantly, over 90% of our students are now either enrolled in post-secondary education and or, because sometimes they're both, work in tech or other STEM-related companies across Canada and US. We have seen firsthand the gap that exists in STEM for gender diverse individuals, particularly those of low income, hence why we decided that a program like the STEMina needs to exist. Now we can move on to what the STEMina program is all about. So the STEMina program is designed for BIPOC, which is Black, Indigenous, and people of color, that are girls and gender nonconforming youth in Ontario who are aged 13 to 17 and are interested in computer science, but face multiple barriers, mainly low income. They face barriers accessing relevant learning opportunities. The purpose of this program is to remove some of those barriers, such as the ones that we offer, such as we offer a laptop or a Wi-Fi subsidy to participants who demonstrate low income. Our goal is to increase their chance of a quality education and access to a career in tech-related fields. In collaboration with Canada's technology leading industry partners such as Okta, ultimately, we aim to equip program participants with the confidence, skills, professional portfolios, and networks to pursue fulfilling careers in STEM industry after their participation in the STEMina program. So we help them in the program and we help them after the program. During the program, the students are prompted with challenges. They have to create a solution for using they have to create a solution by using their new programming skills and choosing to code a website, an app, or a game. STEMing Up, so the program is a 2-week program that prepares participants, as we mentioned, for career in technology. And this year we will start in August 11 and ending on August 23. The way that this is going to work, participants will be added to small groups where they learn about business and technology in a very engaging way. The first week of the program, when they start with us, that week is a little bit more intensive, since students are required to attend a morning session from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., where they learn about introductory business concepts. We bring our partners who come from various companies, and we also bring post-secondary schools to help participants further explore the fundamentals of computer science, technology, and business by facilitating this session. So some of the topics that these participants will learn in the mornings are UX design, mobile and app building, intro to AI, along to intro to pitching. So they actually are going to be trained on how to pitch their idea and their projects. And of course, they're going to be introduced to this year's challenges, which are so fun, by the way. So yes, we do have challenges and that participants will focus on, and I'm going to explain to you what those are, because I know when we hear the word challenge, sometimes it's going to, oh my God, what do you mean by challenge? So these challenges are designed to help the students become more creative while making the world a better place. They get to explore new learning opportunities, and we do this by using the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These are the challenges of the program. And the ultimate goal for the participants is to use their technical and business skills that they actually are learning in the program, and they get to apply it to come up with a solution for those challenges that we mentioned. So it helped them to build, as we mentioned, a mobile or a web app or a game, and those eventually will become solutions to our challenges. We will share with you later. We have link that we're going to share with you, so you can see one of the yearbooks, and then you get to see what does that look like in terms of the end result of the program. There will be the students pitching, and then you get to see some of the really cool games that they created, or a mobile app, which is so fun. It's very amazing to me to see that the students that come in the program, where they literally have zero coding skills, and then they walk away with they know how to build an app in only 2 weeks. So when it comes to the coding aspect of the program, participants will be introducing to the Python coding language. This training during week 1 will take place in the afternoons from 11:30 to 2:30. And the week 2, since we don't have the morning sessions during the week 2, they will start this coding training from 10 a.m. There will be 3 hours of coding sessions. We're very flexible in terms of timing. They get to decide how they split their time when they have the breaks. Some people they can work, the whole 3 hours. Some people need every 20 minutes, they need the break. They get to decide how with their team and their coding trainer. So let me go back a little bit during the first week. The teaching will be focused on the basics of Python, whereas the second week, they will be more focused on specific coding that are literally focused on what the students will be learning in their project. So there will be more project specific, cater to their needs, basically. And then after the coding sessions, the students will have time to work with the team. So the afternoon sessions we have on Mondays and Fridays, they have 1 hour scheduled where they get to work with their team on their projects. And they will have on Wednesdays, they will have 1 hour they get to work with a coach, which is someone of a more skilled professional, to help them with their projects, to make sure that they understand it better. They have their questions answered, so they get that support along the way. Basically, this program helps them create an environment where when they get to work or when they go to post-secondary, they have that practice in this program. So they're not going to go blindly into a program at school in post-secondary or in the workforce, and they don't understand what's going on. So this program is great for that. We also have a hackathon that we built within the program as well. We have had in the past, for the last couple of years, we included this in this program. And something that I actually haven't mentioned, this program is the 8th year that we're running this program, so which is so exciting that we're still able to continue. And we always get to add things in the program that the students tell us that they want. And they said they wanted a hackathon, and we added a hackathon. So again, when the students are working with a team, they're going to have we call it a healthy competition with all the other teams, right? At the end of week 1, we're starting on Friday, so around 5 p.m. after they finish the coding session, after they finish, working, maybe they want to take a break, then we want them to start the hackathon like at 5 p.m. and they have a couple hours where they have intensive work and work on their projects. What we want them to do in the first part of the hackathon at the end of first week is we want them to build let's call it a draft project. A draft project. And on Saturday, they will come back and they get to pitch to internally to a panel of judges. What is wrong with me today? A panel of judges. So they get to share, this is what we worked on. And then the judges will give them feedback. They're not going to score their project. They're just going to give them feedback. This is great. Maybe you should improve more on this. If you do this, if you're going to work with your coach and with your team and you're going to work on this aspect, it will be great. And this is what you should focus on. And now they come back on Monday, and again, after they finish their coding training, again, like as we mentioned earlier, on Friday, the second Friday at 5 p.m., again, they're going to start the hackathon. So the second hackathon, this is the opportunity to finalize the project. Because week 2 We don't have morning sessions. They're not going to be bothered by other people to tell them any other things because they learn everything they need to learn in week one. They're only going to focus on coding their projects and finalize their projects. Now they get to pitch their project to external judges where they get to decide, I mean, we have some prizes. uh, we have some prizes. We never not have any prizes for the students. Don't tell the students, but everyone gets to win something. We want to give them things like, is it based on the design? What is the best coding? What is the best the front facing or the back end development? So that we're looking at all these areas, but we want to encourage them to have that healthy competition where they get to hone into their skills further. We don't want them to know that they win the prizes. We're just sharing that with you, okay? Please don't tell them it's a secret. So some of the prizes, last year we were able to offer job shadowing opportunities and mentorship. And we bring professionals to come and help mentor the students for 6 months after the program is finished. Some of the prizes this year will be mentorship with industry professionals, and we are continuing to work and making sure that we can partner with companies to provide the job shadowing opportunities again, which will be a day in the office where they get to meet professionals firsthand. They get to see the type of work that they do and help them build a network of professionals where hopefully they get to help them further down the road. This have been very successful in the past with us because some of the students were able to get internships afterward and able to get extra support that they needed. We all know that sometimes the best form of support is knowing someone in a company that can actually open some doors for you. And we try to do that as much as possible. Now let's talk about the application. And let's see how you can help the students or the youth clients at your organization to apply for the program. There's a QR code on the slide, so feel free to scan it and it will take you to our page, our program page. And then just pay attention to me for now. You can have that later, but we can share that with you later as well. But basically, that tells you a little bit more about the program. And let's just go into the application checklist right now. So this program is a great fit for girls and gender nonconforming youth between the ages of 13 and 17 years old. For the educators in the room, you will notice students in your classroom or in your school who are interested in STEM, who are doing well in math and science and have shown an interest in careers in STEM. Those are great fits for our program. They also are very eager to learn new things and are always looking for opportunities to grow. For the youth advocates in the room today, you will notice young people in your organization, or you can probably hear parents of young people who are talking about their kids, who are passionate about learning new things, and you know that they're always looking to grow personally and professionally. And especially youth workers that work in employment, you know that how important it is for young people to have things to add to their resume to help them gain employment. This is what we do. We help them add that stuff to their resume. The young people, that they are looking to build a career in tech or related fields, and you are now you know that this program will help open up these opportunities for them. Most importantly, what is very good to know on your part is that we give priority to applicants who face multiple barriers, especially those that come from low-income households. The main character that we look for in young people is dedication to learning, as the program requires attention and full commitment in order for participants to succeed. Someone that just shows up only once in a while, it might not be a great fit for them. We want them to show every single day so that they can gain as much as possible from this program. If you miss, because we used to have the program for 1 month, but students have said that they need to get a job, during the summer, or they need some time off, and we condense it in 2 weeks. It's crucial that they show up, because if they miss a day, they could miss so much. So someone that is definitely eager and determined, it's a great fit, right? Now, the application format. So if you share this program with the students or young people in your organization, please make sure to let them know following things. Like it will be a great for them to have their parents with them so they can fill out the form together. The reason for this is because in order for us to qualify them as low income, they will need to submit the proof of income. This is imperative for them, in order for them to access the program. Some of the benefits that we give to people is Wi-Fi subsidy, which is up to $100. And then we also offer them a laptop to use, and they get to keep after the program. And also, in order for us to offer them to them for free, they have to show that proof of income only because we need to know that they are low income. Again, we say this and sometimes we get a bit of backlash because why should I have to show this? We have had people that have tried to get in the program that were not low income, and they take the space from someone that actually should have this program for. And as a charity, we have to give this program to low income first and foremost, because this is who we get the funding for. If they choose not to share that information for any reason, that's totally cool. We don't ask for that. That's fine. But we will ask them to pay a fee for the program, which it's up to $1,500 to us to get in the program. That's kind of how much it costs to run this program for us, right? And they will not get a Wi-Fi subsidy, and we not offer them a laptop because this is strictly given to people that are low income. So another thing that is important, what we like for students when they apply, if you mention to them not to use this school email address, because sometimes when they use the school email address, we try to send an email back. Sometimes there's firewalls, whatever the case may be, the email may not go through, and then they miss the opportunities. We give the spot to somebody else that will answer to our emails. They communicate with us. So we're not in control of whether they cannot get email. And we found out that sometimes when they use the school email address, it just blocks for whatever reason. So if they don't have the school email address, again, that's why it's important to talk to the parents and ask them to create a Gmail account for them, or they can use the parents' email account. If the parents are going to communicate with the students, absolutely, we can use the parents' email, no problem. And also, we're looking for full address and the phone number. Sometimes we want to call them to make sure. We need a phone number because, again, sometimes if the email doesn't work and we know that it's a great candidate, we want to call them and make sure that they have seen that email. So we should have that phone number. And also, what's important to know, this program is offered virtually, so they do not need to travel. In the past, students had to travel an hour and a half one way to come to the program. But now it's virtual. And this is why we offer the Wi-Fi subsidy. This is why we offer a laptop. And we only accept applicants from Ontario. As a charity, we're only allowed to do that. I mean, as an Ontario-based charity, we're only allowed to accept in Ontario. And I know some of the teachers especially, it's important to know that there's a coding knowledge question. Tell the students not to fear that coding knowledge question, because that's not for us to say the question is a skill test, whether they're good or they're not good, or that's nothing to do. We just want to understand where they are at so that we know which team that we can put them into and what type of, we get to prepare the training to make sure that we level them to the level where they're supposed to be. If they're gonna say, and especially what's super important, I know Julia really want you to know this. Do not use AI to answer that question, because if you're going to tell us, if the student is going to tell us that they know they understand it, we think that they understand. So we're going to teach them something quite advanced where they should be beginners, right? Or if they're going to try to lie and they are quite advanced, we're going to teach them beginners. So this is why they have to give that whatever answer they have truthfully. And if they don't know, it's simple to just say I don't know, or just leave it blank. That's okay, right? So, and speaking of laptops, we are very proud, as I mentioned earlier, we're very proud to offer our program for free for qualifying students. And we give priority to applicants from low-income households. And what's very important to know that, yes, as I mentioned earlier, we offer a Wi-Fi subsidy of up to $100. And we want students to use this to pay for internet access. We have learned, even before pandemic, we knew this, Now the pandemic showed up and everybody knew this. Not everyone has equal access to internet. Not everyone has equal access to a laptop, to a device. So we want to support by offering that up to $100 Wi-Fi subsidy, and we give a laptop to low-income applicants. And contingent to their participation in the program, they get to keep the laptop to further help them succeed with their education. Some of the students that have used the laptops from our programs, they used our laptop to finish university. So, and then they pass it on to their siblings. We don't care what they do with it after. We want them. Again, we want to break barriers for them to make sure that they not just get into this program but continue with their education. Now, there's a question in there to say, do you need a laptop? It's very important that, we do work with limited laptops. Again, that's why it's very important to know you are low income. We want to make sure that you get access to this, and we give this to people that need it. And we do have a limited number of laptops, and priority will be given to applicants from low income households. So with all this to say, we are encourage everyone to apply. And in order to make this program accessible, we always aim to make the program available to as many applicants as possible. It's Thursday today. Okay. So before you share the program with the students, what we encourage you to do is check out the latest yearbook from the program. We have a digital yearbook. Julia, if you don't mind sharing the link in the chat, you can feel free to open it and you can look at it later. It is also, we have a list of, I think since 2019, a list of yearbooks on the program page as well. It will give you a better feel of what the program is about. It will give you a better feel of what we do, the impact that we actually are making through this program. So, and again, couple of more, I'm almost done. So a couple of more important things. So the program is open to youth from all backgrounds. What's important to know that priority is given to low income. I think we said this quite a couple of times because it's that important to know. Low income households, newcomers, Black, Indigenous, people of color, to LGBTQI plus youth and other underserved girls get access to the program. We will not be accepting any school emails. Again, it's that important that I need to actually repeat it. And the application needs to be fully filled. So anything that is half filled, we want to disregard those applications, except for the coding portion. So that coding portion, as we mentioned, we much rather have in blank than have the AI generated answer. And then we do encourage everyone to check the email. So please remind the students and remind the young people to please check the email very often, because after the deadline, after June 25th, when is our deadline, immediately we're going to start communicating with them as much as possible. We're going to let them know whether they got in the program or not. Once they got in the program, we want to share the challenges. We want to introduce them to coding trainers. The coding trainers want to meet them. We're going to be very engaging with them right after. So they need to check the email as much as possible. So, okay, let's talk about some benefits of the program. Aside from how much students can learn in the program, why should you encourage young people in your life to join the STEMina? So again, it allows them to learn many skills such as design thinking, coding, app building, front and back end development, prototyping, analytical thinking, UX design, business and leadership skills. And participants will apply all these skills in their challenges to solve societal issues that most of them are very passionate about already. And these challenges will help build participants' portfolio of work to further support them with applications for post-secondary and internship opportunities, which, trust me, those are crucial to get. Like when you don't have a portfolio work, it's hard to get internship. Internships are very, very competitive. And joining this program will also unlock the doors for participants to join the Revolution community, full of many resources and amazing people, in addition to learning and having fun. So we do offer the mentorship to students so that they can actually meet people from the industry and build a network that way. And then we also offer 40 hours of volunteer hours 40 volunteer hours to all participants. And we also offer references. So when they apply for post-secondary, when they apply for internship, when they apply for scholarships, when they apply for job opportunities, we offer references, which are very useful. And Julia knows they're very useful to have. And then once we hire as coding trainers or any other job opportunities that we have at Revolution, we give priority to former participants. We want to make sure that we give them further opportunities after the program, especially the students that stand out. We usually reach out to them. We want to hire you. So let's quickly share some success stories. We're going to have a Q&A session right after this. But here we have Sana. So Sana, she is right now working as infrastructure engineer at Shopify. She was one of the first STEM Up students that we had in the first year of the program. She joined the program on the wait list, actually. And then she came to, after the program, she got an internship with RBC, and then she got accepted into the dev degree program at Shopify, which Shopify paid for her education and hire her part-time at Shopify. And now after she finished her education, I think she did her schooling in 3 years at Carleton University. She then got hired full-time at Shopify. So this is some of the success stories that came from our program. And then we have Jada. So Jada, she was a participant in 2019. She came back as an ambassador to help. She just really she loved our organization, and then she felt like she learned so much and she wanted to give back. We find a lot of the students that come in the program, once they finish, they say, I want to give back because I got so much out of this program. Like Julia's here to testify on this. I got so much out of this program. I want to give back because I want to make sure as many girls as possible have the same opportunities. So this was Jada. So she came back into the program as an ambassador. She came to volunteer. We added her as an ambassador, and then we hired her as a seminar program coordinator, and then we hired her afterwards as a curriculum developer. So she developed the coding curriculum for the students in the program. Right now, she's having an internship at Splunk. She's a technical curriculum developer at Splunk, and we're very proud of everyone that is in our program. So, okay, now let's talk about some questions. I'm not sure if you have any questions. Are there any questions in the chat?
Yes, Lauren
Okay.
asked how many applicants are accepted into the program.
That's a good question. We're aiming to have 20 applicants. This is all the funding that we have. So for 20 applicants, we would love to have as many people apply so that we can select the best 20 applicants for sure.
And then earlier, Malik also asked where the students attend the program, but we already answered that, and it's online.
Yes, it's virtual. It's virtual.
Yeah.
Yes. Everything is virtual. However, we're going to pair the students based on location as well, to make sure that if they choose to do the teamwork, they could go to a library that is close to their location so they can meet in person and do the work together in person. So we do our best to make sure that we can pair them that way as well. Okay. Any other questions? We'd love to answer them. Well, even if you don't have questions now, that's fine, because you have our email, so and we'll send you an email back. Okay, so now we want to say thank you. So the program, actually, what I would like to say that the program will not be possible without the incredible support of our collaborating partners from Okta, Diaz Cooper, BrainStation, and Conrad. We know that this program is an amazing opportunity for participants to learn how to code, develop social and business knowledge, build a portfolio work, gain the volunteer hours, and change the world. So there's a gentle reminder that the application is due July 25th. And any applications after that will be added to the wait list. And hopefully we get funding to get more students. We're still applying for funding right now to want to see if we can bring more students. But we do encourage everyone to apply. The only way to know that you get in is if you can apply. And if you have any questions during the application process, if you know that maybe the students come to you or your clients come to you for any questions, just feel free to reach out to us by email. And my phone number is there as well. So feel free to give me a call or send an email, and we'll be more than happy to answer those for you. And I want to thank you all for participating. I'm hoping that you got some value out of this. And again, you know how to find us if you didn't, if you want more information. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.